Okay, I was HOD during this period, I think 1989 to 95. Then later on as interim head, yeah, from 2010 to 2013. Now, during my first 6 years, in 89 to 75, regarding the achievements of the department, I would say that, you know, whatever achievements that were, there during that period were actually initiated. Those studies, those results were initiated much earlier. And that was during the tenure of Professor Lee Sing Lip, who was head, I think, for almost 15 years. Okay, so those achievements that were that materialized during the period when I was head, I would say, were due to the efforts of the faculty members in the department, as well as the leadership of Professor Lee Sing Lip at that time. So it was started during that time, and most of these achievements were in the area of research funding. Quite a bit of funding were secured during that period, and during that period of 15 years, when Professor Lee was head, funding was quite lean at that time. So the department was able to achieve quite substantial funding during that period, and as a result of these fundings, quite a fair bit of research findings and results were arrived at. Okay, and so much of these results gave the department a better outlook in the world. So conferences were organized, and faculty members were invited to conferences as keynote speakers and so forth. So during that period, all these were happening. And on top of that, the department also had a few research centers set up. One of the earlier ones was a center for soft ground engineering, and the other centers followed after that. Okay, so I would say that the achievements during my tenure as head actually had their origins much earlier on. Yeah. During that period when I was first head, 89 to 95, more on the social side, which is quite memorable, is when I organized the NUS and University of Malaya golf tournament. So at that time, it wasn't an easy event to organize, because usually the chancellor of the University of Malaya doesn't come down to play golf from the earlier participations. But that year, in 1994, he decided to come. So we had to prepare all the protocols and so forth for his arrival. But fortunately, he's a very, very nice man. And but nevertheless, we had to follow certain protocols. So I was quite fortunate at that time. We had, I think at that time was the minister, Dr. Ahmad Mata, who was a faculty member in the Department of Architecture, Real Estate, and Building. So I consulted him many times. So we learned a lot from that. things that we have to do when the royalty is around and so forth. And on top of that, we also had to cover the green fees that the visitors come, you see. So, and the green fees don't come cheap, you see. So quite expensive, and we had to solicit a lot of funds from contractors, and many faculty members helped out in this tournament. And not just green fees, but we have to cover lunch, dinner, and so forth for the 2-day event. So that was quite memorable because I got to play. I think at that time I was partnering. I'm not so sure who I partnered with, but we had to play the four persons involved. So I had to play for NUS, and I can't remember who played at that time. Was it? I can't remember really. But the Sultan Azlan Shah was the Chancellor of the University of Malaya at that time. And it so happens he was also the Yang di-Pertuan Agong, so it was a real honor to play with him. And he was a very good player. Outstanding. I think his handicap at that time was something like 13 or 14, and mine was in the 20s. Okay, so that's one of the memorable events. The other memorable events involved the Civil Engineering Day, where we had fun and games at the university pool. And so I think that was a yearly event at that time. So it was really great. One of the immediate challenge would be to attract students, the best students that we can get into the engineering program, civil engineering, environmental engineering program. And I understand that there has been some fall in the enrollment, and hopefully there is no drop in standards. I always believe that there should be a spread of talent across all fields, so that every field you have some very talented people to lead. All right. So that's one area where we need to have good students. The other thing, of course, would be the research programs, and what we try to see is that you try to get more local graduates to pursue the research agendas that the department has drawn up. All right, apart from drawing talent from the surrounding countries. Now, it seems to me that climate change and sustainable infrastructure development are some of the areas which hold promise of further work to be done. But these involve an intimate knowledge of the practicalities of these issues. So maybe you can have faculty members who are engaged in this research, as well as faculty members who have experience in these areas to complement the research the other faculty members have been recruited for. Okay, so these are areas that we need to really look at. These days they talk a lot about AI and so forth. I don't know very much about AI, but maybe we can take advantage of this area of AI in civil engineering and environmental engineering as well. Well, I think for the future graduates, they must be alert to the issues relating to the environment. They have to be abreast with all these issues so that they don't fall behind, and to also make use of the knowledge and the things that they have learned during the course of study here. And one way of keeping that is even when they have graduated and are working, they should come to visit the department from time to time and interact with faculty members on some of the research that is being done, so to keep themselves abreast. And the other thing is, of course, they have to know, learn about the trends that are there in the future. And so with a good basic training, I think they would be able to see all these, and hopefully they will do better. I wish them all the best. Hi, happy 70th anniversary to all of you. Best of luck.